What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm gonna be telling you guys 3 things that I learned from Grant Cardone after spending a weekend in Miami with him. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. The third thing, I can almost guarantee will shock you, so make sure you stay to the end of that. I was fortunate enough to receive an exclusive invitation to go out and spend the weekend with Grant Cardone and a lot of other high-level entrepreneurs. I was able to sit in the room with Cody Sperber, Ryan Pineda, Tanner Chittister, and a lot of other big name people who I've looked up to a lot, and I love their content. And it was a privilege to sit there in this room of powerful people and all of us sit and listen to Grant Cardone, the OG, the Uncle G, whatever you want to call him. He's the man. And I tell you what, he's way more powerful in person than he is online and on social media. Online social media, he's great, but man, when you get to meet that guy in person, you're meeting a powerhouse. I mean, the dude is literally worth $5 billion. And it's obviously pretty cool to be around him and to learn things. And I learned so many things, but these are the top 3 things I learned. Number 1 is if you're gonna go big, go bigger. Man, I mean, this dude, he literally rented out a 250-foot yacht just to take us out on the bay overlooking Miami. He knows how to throw a party, there's no doubt about it. But actually, seriously, number 1 thing I learned from Grant Cardone that weekend was think bigger, which seems pretty obvious because we're talking Grant Cardone, the king of 10x everything in your life, go bigger, go better. But the way he broke it down to show me just how much better it is to go bigger, in all reality, has never made more sense after really listening to him and actually having him show us how that's affected his business by going bigger and actually by thinking bigger in your business or just in your life. Because at the end of the day, it's this. If you're trying to stand out in a world full of wannabe influencers, if you're trying to stand out in a world where everyone's posting, everyone's doing the same thing, you have to do things that will capture their attention. And nothing captures people's attention like doing big things. If you put on a big event, if you buy a nice car, if you do big things and you show it, you will capture the attention of people. It will get them talking about you. And if you can back that up, you are gonna be a successful overnight success, as they would say, very, very quickly. So number 1 thing is 10x your life. There's no doubt that's not just his slogan, that is his lifestyle, and man, it makes sense. It has never made more sense to me like it does now. Go bigger and stop trying to play small. If you're gonna go big, do it all, go all in, and 10x everything. The second thing I learned from Grant Cardone was actually how to have your entire business and all your businesses as an entrepreneur under one umbrella. Now, a lot of you guys watching this may be struggling to even start your first business. Maybe you have your first business and that's all you care about. Awesome. Me as a serial entrepreneur, I have many businesses. As a matter of fact, a lot of my businesses, I want them to follow under a certain umbrella. And that has been very difficult because from my understanding, from coaching I have received from other entrepreneurs, they say, never have everything under one brand. Never have everything branded with your name because it ruins the equity, ruins the value of the company. If it's all under your name, then you can never sell it because they don't want to buy you, the brand, they want to buy the business. And I get all that. But at the same time, when you look at what Grant Cardone has created with everything being 10x, 10x stages, 10x GrowthCon, Cardone Ventures, Cardone Capital, all these things really being under the same umbrella when it comes to the name has not ruined the value or the equity, but it has actually made it grow even faster and still built him a $5 billion portfolio over time as he's grown. And how is he able to do that? Well, number 1, by having one large umbrella and a mission and a community that encompasses everything else. If you can do that successfully, then you can have as many businesses under that same umbrella as you want, and it doesn't ruin the value. Now, as he's the one starting it and launching it, that's the branding that he attaches to it. So if you ever have a desire to have everything under one umbrella and create an empire, so to speak, then that's how you do it. You have to create the community, you have to create the movement first, and everything else around that will follow. And the third thing that I learned from Grant Cardone, which I guarantee would surprise a lot of you watching this, was actually about health. Man, the way he talked about health and the way Grant explained health to us and had one of his guys from his 10X Health group speak to us about the circulation in your body to live a long and strong and healthy life was absolutely incredible because really it breaks down to 3 things. Number 1, and you guys may see this coming out soon. I don't want to give too much away because I don't think it's very public yet. But number 1 priority in your health needs to be your circulation. This guy and Grant, they were talking about the power of your blood. And I had never, when I think about health, I think about eating right, and I think about running, and I think about cardio, and I think about sweating and breathing and all this stuff. But really, in reality, if you break it down to a molecular level and understand how to be the healthiest you possibly can, They broke it down as simply as how much oxygen do you have in your body and what does your blood look like? And they showed us the example of what blood looks like when it doesn't have a lot of oxygen as opposed to blood that does have a lot of oxygen. And this really opened my mind to what health really is, because if you want to heal your body, the blood flow in your body, the circulation, that's what heals everything. If you think about it, when you get a cut, the blood flow and actually the bleeding is what's going to heal that cut. So by having good circulation, by actually making that a priority, it not only extends your lifespan, so it creates longevity, but it makes everything function better. So if you want to develop more muscle, if you want to lose more fat, you have to focus on your blood flow and how does your blood look? What is your oxygen levels? And another thing that he talked about was just being out in the sun, getting enough of that and having that be a part of your health regimen has never been something that I've thought of. I've only thought of health as in the gym and eating right and working out. But in all reality, I learned about health at a much higher level that really expanded my vision at why it's so important not only to eat right, exercise, but really just to have healthy blood and oxygen and to be in the sun and getting back to the basics of what being healthy means and the difference that that'll make in your body. Number one, mentality, and in your physical well-being, you will be able to create so much more health and actually perform at a higher level and live longer and live healthier. If you do that, you'll have less inflammation, you'll have less pain in your joints, everything, a lot of things that we experience come because we're so sedentary in our lifestyle that we're not getting the blood flow that we need. We're not getting the oxygen that we need. We are not pushing ourselves the way we need to actually circulate the blood flow and circulate our body. And so that was one of the most incredible things that I learned from Grant Cardone, really expanding my vision on what it means to be healthy and how you truly create health. And I know he's got an incredible program coming out called 10X Health that I don't know how much I can give away yet, but I know you guys should watch out for it because I'm excited to see this go all across the country. So those are the top 3 things I learned from a literal billionaire, Grant Cardone. So if you guys like this and you want to hear more, put down in the comments and make sure you subscribe for our next video. We'll see you guys later.